Hey guys, and welcome back to finally another Monday Market Minute. I know it's getting out kind of late. But anyway, we're here to talk about investing, financial opportunities, and financial literacy. Glad to have you guys back. I know it's been a while. Sorry about that. Like I said, don't expect these every single week. I plan on putting them out when I have something necessary, important to say, or something that I think can help other people out. So we're still not into the whole hey, here's what I would talk about, and as far as what I'm doing right now for buying Pokemon and that kind of stuff. I have some comments on that towards the end, but that's not what we're here. Really, that's not the meat and potatoes of this video today. We're here to talk about a lot about budgeting. So last week we talked a lot about here's what you do to get yourself started and to start getting yourself set up. Some of those things were, for starters, immediately getting yourself out of debt. How do you get yourself out of debt? You got a budget. And then once you're out of debt, here's where you should start investing. These are easy steps you can take to start planning for your future. So I wanted to dive into the budgeting aspect today. So budgeting is big and scary. I know people don't like to. Here's the number one reason why I think people actually don't budget. And I'm not going to blame it on other people and say like, oh, we're not grown up with financial literacy and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I think that the number one reason really is that as soon as you make a budget, you're holding up a mirror to yourself and the decisions that you make and the money that you spend on all the BS, on all the stuff that you don't need. And I don't think that people want to do that. I mean, it's taking responsibility, and I mean, don't get me wrong, but planning out a budget it's time consuming. It is. But once you make it, there's no more work to do because it doesn't change month to month. I mean, and budgeting is very simple. You take in your monthly income, take out all of your like mandatory expenses, not your going out, your trips, your this and that's, stopping off at gas stations for drinks or hitting vending machines or whatever it is. And then so those mandatory things that you need to live with all of your minimum payments that you have to make on your debts, if you have any, if you're trying to get out of debt, right? And then the money that you have left over, and hopefully there is money left over, that's your wiggle room to be able to, I mean, if you do give yourself a little bit of fun money, and then you should be putting as much as you can towards your debts. Now, I have a debt right now, for example. I just got back from Japan. I'm back in the States. I bought a car. And I probably bought a car that was more than what I should have bought. I won't get into the specifics. But after a down payment, I still owed over 10 grand on the loan. Now, my loan is a 3-year loan. And the way that I'm doing it, to pay off that loan, my plan for it is to have it paid off not in 3 years, but in a year and a half. Because I hate being in debt. It's been years. It's been a significant number of years since I've been in any amount of debt. Now I needed to get a car. I didn't need to get a car. Did I need to get the car that I got? No, I probably could have gotten a car for 10 grand less and been perfectly fine, and that's probably what I should have done. But I splurged. I admit it, I splurged. I got a car that I wanted, and my wants mattered more. And I prioritized my wants over, like, making better decisions. But anyway, so for my budget, it is very plausible for me to be able to put, instead of the minimum monthly payment on it, to put twice that towards it. And that's my plan for being able to pay it off in a year and a half instead. Now, I also plan on trying to save up as much as I can to, like, as it gets closer and closer and lower, to just, like, pay out the rest of it, like, all at once if I can. I would like to be able to do that a couple months early, because I'm projected for, like I said, 18 months. If I do everything right, I'd love to be able to, like, in 3 months those will be paid off. Forget that. Let's pay it off right now. Now, what is the huge reason? What's the logic behind all this? It's simple. When you're in debt, you're losing more money. because you are having to give more than what your loan is over that time because of interest in order to no longer be in debt. That's why debt is scary, and it can snowball and totally ruin you. So breaking down a budget, like I said, it's not hard. It's very simple. Take your monthly income, subtract your needs, not wants, your needs, the things you absolutely have to have. And then, you can't just be making your minimum monthly payments on debts if you want to pay them off, if you realistically want to pay them off. Because otherwise, if you're only doing minimum monthly payments, you're going to be in debt forever. Now, if you can survive that way, your credit score is going to be great. That's cool, but you won't be able to take out any more money. You won't be able to take out any more loans. Now, I understand that financial situations change. People get new jobs, people get raises, promoted, people start making more money, their living situations change. Maybe you start living with somebody and some of the financial burden is off of you and all that stuff. That's good and that's great. But you should not be planning or living your life or going into debt as though it's going to get easier in the future. You should be taking in realistic debt that you can pay right now. Now, like I said, I took in more debt than I probably should have. I can totally pay it. It is 100% within my power to pay it all. Like, I make the money, it's all there, it's fine, it's easy. It's not even hard. I don't even really got to think about it. But would it have been easier if I would have gone lower on the overall value, like just bought a cheaper car? Yeah, it would have been easier. And, lesson learned. Granted, it's not my first time ever buying a car, but I should have thought about it more. I thought like, oh man, I need to have a car and I need to have it now. And I kind of rushed the process. I admit that I rushed the process. But it is what it is. Take my mistake and learn from it. Now, because of the current state of the market, I bought a new car. Because buying a used car, is like basically no difference right now as the current market is. But even with that said, I could have gotten a lot cheaper car. But anyway. So now that's out of the way. So like I said, I do have some comments about what to do in the future market, or in the market as it is right now for Pokemon investing. So a lot of people are really scared right now because they're seeing what's happening with Stellar Crown, which is weird. It is very weird to see what's going on with it, I will admit. It is definitely a change in what we've seen in the past. And that's making people scared, understandably. Change is hard, change is scary, I get that. So, if you are in a position to where you don't know if you want to buy anything because you don't know what's going to happen and you're too scared that everything is going to drop to zero, just don't do it. It's that simple. Just don't do it right now. Here's the reason why I say don't do it right now, is that we have sets coming up in the future. It's a little late on Surging Sparks. You could probably still get some product for a reasonable price right now if you wanted to. But, that's a now investment. That's not a future investment. That's kind of like, that's almost run out of time, honestly, if I'm being real. So, if the market is looking too scary because of what's going on with Stellar Crown and us seeing it just being totally sold out in Pokemon Center, it's not going to stay that way. But if this is giving you the heebie-jeebies and you're not getting the warm and fuzzies, just wait. Just save your money. Wait and save your money. Because the money that you feel uncertain about taking a risk in right now, you can save that money for what? For like the Rocket set, for example. Or, now I know that this is somewhat speculative. However, I am totally on the wagon of this. I think is 100% going to happen. Or if you wanted to wait for that black and white print that we got coming in the future, because that set is definitely coming due to the names that Pokemon has either trademarked or copywritten. I think it's trademarked. That they've trademarked for future sets, 2 future sets that are coming up, which is going to be a white set and a black set. Save your money for that. Because even though I hate black and white. I hate just about all those Pokemon. I think just about all of them suck. I am not a fan whatsoever. It's like it is literally my least favorite generation of Pokemon that has ever come out. I love Scarlet and Violet in comparison to Black and White, and I am not the biggest fan of the Scarlet and Violet generation of Pokemon. But anyway, why do I say that I am so certain that that's going to happen? So, okay, yes, you have the name trademarked. On top of, yes, we saw it with the Rocket set, we saw it with the Dracona set, that these names being trademarked were clearly indicative of certain sets that were coming in the future. Now, why am I so certain that this Black and White one is 100% accurate? Here's the reason why, is think about the schedule of the remakes of games. Now, remakes have been coming out more frequently lately as far as being closer together in release than they were in the past. Back in Generation 3, Ruby and Sapphire era, we got a remake of Red and Blue in the case of Fire Red and Leaf Green. I know we didn't have like Ocean Blue or whatever, but we had Leaf Green. And then, what came next? Obviously Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And now what was the last one? Diamond and Pearl. So what is the next generation of Pokemon to get a remake of a game? It's Black and White. And obviously, if we got another remake coming, what are they going to do? They're going to put out another set for it. Obviously, right? So, I mean, we can look back on this video and see how wrong I was. But, for the reason of, we're in the next generation of Pokemon. Last generation, we got our remakes for Gen 4. We're in the next generation. They're going to do a remake of Black and White. Even if they don't do it this generation, they're going to do it. So those Black and White sets, I think, are going to definitely coincide with the release of a Black and White remake. Now, so if you are too scared of how the market is because you're seeing too much change, that's fine. Save it up right now for a set that you are so sure is going to do well. Now, how do I know if sets are going to do well? It's unpredictable. That kind of thing. Like, I can't predict what the next Evolving Skies is going to be. I mean, obviously, look, nobody can, right? However, there are things that you can look at in the set that will help you determine if a set is going to be popular or is going to go up in price over time. And it's honestly just the cards. I mean, sure, there's a little bit more than that, but really, what does it come down to? It comes down to the cards, right? 151. Why is 151 so incredibly popular? Well, obviously, it's Gen 1 reboot, and everybody loves Gen 1. Gen 1, if it's in a set and it has an illustration rare or a secret illustration rare or whatever, that card does well no matter what. And it does well no matter what. Obviously, some do better than others, but whatever. So, okay, let's take Shrouded Fable, for example. I haven't gotten any Shrouded Fable. I think Shrouded Fable sucks outside of some of the illustration rares and the art rares. Like I said, I like the Horsey. I like the Hound. Obviously, the Houndoom is the most popular card. Obviously, it is in Shrouded Fable. You do have the Cassiopeia, which dropped down like 50%. It was like at 120. It's sitting at like $60 right now, which tells you everything that you need to know about the set. It really does. But who cares about Okidogi or Pheasantipity or Monkey Dory? Nobody cares about those Pokemon at all. I didn't even know that those Pokemon existed until Shrouded Fable come out. Because, like I said, I haven't played the Scarlet and Violet games or any of the DLC or anything like that. I plan to in the future, but I haven't done that yet. So, we had tons of Pokemon that nobody cared about, and each one had its own full art, illustration rare, and SIR. Why do we need so many prints of these Pokemon that so many people don't freaking care about? We didn't. That's why that set is going to suffer. And, I mean, you've seen it. People have moved the F on as soon as Stellar Crown came out. Nobody cares about Shrouded Fable. And I think for me, that was easy to see as soon as I saw the set list. Now, Stellar Crown, what is it that people can't stop ranting and raving raving about. It's the Squirtle and it's the Ivysaur. You do have the Terapagos or the Torapagos, however you want to say it, the Sparkle Turtle, right? Now that card is a beautiful card. It kind of brings back rainbow rares because instead of being a full rainbow card, it's a rainbow border, which I think actually looks even better. So we're getting a new holographic like style in this set on top of some actually pretty great cards. Now, Surging Sparks. There's a lot of really cool cards in there. What are the cards that people can't, what are the cards that people are really excited about? I mean, obvious, the Latios. And then, obviously there's other cards in there too. I can't remember too much of the set off the top of my head. I know that Alolan Exeggutor is in there and looks cool. Oh, wait, sorry, Owner's Pokemon. Hello, Owner's Pokemon are coming back. Hello? You're going to tell me that Surging Sparks isn't going to do well with Owner's Pokemon coming back? So, I mean, if you are planning on putting some money towards some sealed product, yeah, you could definitely put it towards Surging Sparks. Obviously, that set is probably really going to do well. There are people that say, oh, it's too hyped. Oh, what if they print it into the ground? Oh, was it... I mean, Evolving Skies got reprinted multiple times, and again, it was so popular, reprints didn't effing matter. So people should not really worry about reprints so much, in my opinion. Again, these are all my opinions. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And if I was worried about the market as it is, and I was trying to if I was worried about the market as it is, and I was worried about making smart investments that were going to make me gains over time, well, okay, then I would be sitting and holding and waiting and saving up as much of my money so that when a set came along that I really believed in and thought was going to really do well, then I could buy 10 cases of it. That's what I would do. But, I mean, I buy a little bit of everything that comes out, unless it's Shrouded Fable. I did not, again, cannot stress that enough. I did not buy any of that frickin' set. I don't give a rip about it. But anyway, that is my comments on the whole Pokemon investing market currently as it is right now. That is my advice on the situation, is if you're scared, hold your money, build it up, and wait. Hold it up, build it up, and wait until, again, something comes around that you feel like is such a sure thing that you can't fail. Because, I mean, everything obviously comes with risks. That's what we do around here with the investing section of Pokemon when it comes to that stuff, is that there's risks. Obviously, any amount of investment comes with risks. I mean, you would know that if you do any investment outside of Pokemon, and like I've talked about in the last time that we did a Monday Market Minute, is that you better be doing investing. Get yourself into an investment situation and do it out in the real world before you start kind of getting into the niche stuff and thinking that you're going to make it rich in Pokemon and that kind of stuff. I think that it is a good place to make some extra money. I do. And honestly, it doesn't take a lot of money to get into it. It does not. You can do it with a couple $100. And all you got to do is buy it and you sit and you wait. And then you sell it. It is really just that easy. It's basically... it's just investing. I almost called it passive income, but that's not right. But it's just money that is passively sitting around growing and that you will make more on as time goes by. And that will be a bigger sum of money in the future for you to have. But so, guys, I mean, that's all that I got for the Monday Market Minute. I know that I kind of went on a bit of a rant there about the Pokemon stuff. I said I only had a couple comments, but I clearly had a lot more to say. But anyway, like I said, that's all I got. Okay, tomorrow's video, please, you are going to want to check it out. We're doing a bit of a 100 subscriber special video. It's going to be really exciting. I think everybody is going to love it. Pokemon card lover, otherwise. And we got a announcement for a 100 sub giveaway. We're probably going to run it for about a week before announcing the winner of that. Not tomorrow, on Tuesday, 10th of September, but a week on the Tuesday, 17th of September, 2024. And I'm going to say it in tomorrow's video. I'm going to say it again right now. If you live outside of the States, please, I mean, unless you want to pay for the shipping, please don't bother entering, because otherwise we're just going to have to re-gift it. We're going to have to send it back out to somebody else, which again is fine. If that's what happens, so be it. It happens. We've had to do that before, so it's not a big deal. But just keep that in mind, okay? Is that shipping we will pay for. If it's within the states, shipping out of state is just too much. Again, because we do this all out of pocket, we don't make any money on this channel or anything like that. So I hope that you guys can understand that. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow.